A very warm welcome to Puan Nuriza binti Mahmud. Today we are going to do laboratory exercise 2, that is for database administration. If you all have seen laboratory exercise 1, now is laboratory exercise 2. So myself is Kishan Rao, together inside with me is Darwin Danraj. So the scenario was given to us was database tables can get too big, so suspendability, honestly, very big. So Oracle Index is one of the effective tool for the boost of query performance. And Index sorts the value into indexes columns, and for each value, the location of the rows that have it. Okay, so just like the indexes at the back of our book, has given based on breakdowns and all. So the most common use of view are simplified data retrieval, maintaining logical data independence, and implementing data security. As a database administrator, myself and my partner Darwin will show you how to demonstration way to manage indexes, views in Oracle database. Without further ado, let's not wait too long. We jump into the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Kishan, for explaining the needs of Oracle in maintaining bigger data space in Oracle. So right now, let's jump straight into the commands. So first of all, when using Oracle, we have to log in, right? So the question given to us is display the information about current indexes and views in the Oracle database using sysdba. So first of all, we have to log in. So they have given that we have to log in as sysdba. So it's a privilege as sysdba. So enter the username sys as sysdba and enter the password. So after entering the password, we are going to use select data query language is used because it is create the information about retrieving data in it. So we are going to use select object underscore name, comma object underscore type from user underscore object. It will show how many things are there, include tables, views, index, and so on stuff in it. And now over to you, Kishan.
So the next part of the question is the first part is to connect to HR, display and view information about current user object in Oracle database, whatever the information is currently in here. So first of all, we need to connect to HR. As you all can see, the command is con hr@orclpdb/123, and you all can see it's connected. Once after that, select from all. Star means all, so select all from user underscore object. As you all can see, all the displays are already there. And the next part of it is to select object underscore name, object type, and user object from user object. As you all can see, they wanted everything to be seen from user object. What is the information? So we wanted to see the object name and the object type. As you all can see, there are a lot of object name, regions, table, rec, IP, PK, index, and the tables are all there. Yes, you all can see the indexes, tables are already in there. So the next part of it to set the size to see in a proper manner. So to set page 150 and column object name format as A25 to make it into a proper sizing, and column object type format A25, and select object name, object type from user objects. As you all can see, there is a lot of objects as table, index, sequence, and many more, and the object name, the region, countries, and many more. As you all can see. So the next part is to type in.
Okay, right now we have to create a new table called TBLEMP Lab Exercise 2 from an existing table hr.employees by copying the existing tables columns / attribute. So basically they are telling that there is an existing table hr.employees in Oracle. So we have to copy it and form a new table with the name called TBL Employee Lab Exercise 2. So how are we going to do? So first of all, we are going to see what is the column and attributes are available in Oracle. Okay. So in the table of hr.employees, so we are going to use the word called describe. So describe is used to sort data and written in descending order. So we are going to see hr.employees, describe hr.employees, semicolon. So the attributes are available is employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, hire date, job ID, salary, commission underscore PCQ, manager underscore ID, department ID. So after seeing it, we are going to create the table, new table, TBL employee lab exercise 2. So we are going to use create. Create is data definition language. We are defining a table, right? So this command is used to create database or its object like table, index, function, use, and store procedures and triggers as well. So create table TBL employee lab exercise 2 as select all from hr.employees. So we are selecting hr.employees. So we would just copy, and it's been stating that table has been created. So now over to you, Kishan.
So the next part of it is to show the description of attributes and display employee ID, first name, last name, and email in the table TBL employee exercise 2, lab exercise 2. So as Davin has said, describe to show all that is in table, and TBL employee lab exercise 2. You all can see whatever was in the HR employee and has been in here as TBL employee lab exercise 2. You all can see exact same kind of copy we have copied from that. So employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, hire date, job ID, salary, commission, PCT, manager ID, and department ID. As you all can see from the previous one, describe HR employee, and now describe TBL EMP lab exercise 2 is the same. So next part, Darwin.
Okay, right now is the most complicated part question have given to us. So right now we have to create a view for employee ID, first underscore name and last underscore name. And we have to combine all of the attributes and name it as employee underscore name. Okay. And years of services, we have to extract it from hire underscore date, which is basically from the previous thing. Go to the previous slide. Okay, as you can see in table EMP lab exercise 2, there was hire date. So we are extracting from it itself. So they are given that we are going to extract from TBL employee lab exercise 2 and name it as the view as new, like v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore EMP. So basically the command starts with create. So create is data definition language, as I've said. So create view v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore EMP. So we have naming, and next as select employee underscore ID. Concat. What is concat? Concat is a keyword that used for adding 2 or 3 or more strings together. So we are going to add first underscore name and last underscore name in a same row name as employee name. So that's what we're gonna do. So we have said it in the line itself. So now over to the new line. So we are going to extract year from hire date, which was visible back it, and as years of service. We are going to name it as years of service in the column itself from the table EMP lab exercise 2. As you have seen, concat has been explained, create has been explained, extract has been explained, and the view has been created. Now we are going to check how is it displaying. So to check how it's displaying, right, select all from v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore employee, which is EMP semicolon. So it's data query language. We are querying the data has been created, right? So as you can see now, employee ID is visible, and the name, first name and last name has been joined and formed as employee name, and years of service has been extracted from hire date, and it's clearly seen here, right here, and employee ID, employee name, and years of service, such as 100 Stephen King and 2003 is visible right here, and 107 rows was selected and many of it. So we unable to put everything due to constraint of space. So we just put 2 screenshots to explain it, and you can see clearly what's happening right there. Now over to you, Kishan.
So the next part is to display all the records from view underscore v from v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore emp, where full name starts with the letter A. As Darwin have showed you all previously, there are many names now. They only want it to be whatever that starts with the letter A. So select all from, as we have to select whatever that is specific. So select all from v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore emp, where employees name like a percentage. Why is a and percentage, and why is it such in manner? So to create a percentage is because a percentage means it selects all the one name starts with a. Whatever doesn't mean its name, but whatever it starts with a. If we want anything that ends with an A, it's very simple. We have to put percentage A, and you want anything in middle, we can also make it as percentage A percentage, and this is how it works. So now, since we want the name starts with the letter A, so we put A percentage, and y'all can see there is all the names that was from table v underscore view from v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore emp is there, and 10 rows are selected. Basically 10 names are there, and the 10 names is there. Example, Alexander Harlan, Alexander Koo, Adam Fripp, and many more. So over to you.
Okay, right now we have given the task to create new table TBL department lab exercise 2 from an existing table hr.departments by copying the existing table columns / attributes. We have done it basically before it. So we are going to use the same command called create, which is data definition language. We are creating a new table or new table space of view. But for now, we are going to create a new table. So the table name is TBL department lab exercise 2, as we are selecting all from hr.departments. What are we selecting? It is basically columns / attributes. So after the table is created, we are going to explain clearly what was the columns that has been copied, right? So we are going to put describe, which is to show what the data has been written, right? Describe TBL department lab exe2 semicolon, which have columns such as department ID, department name, manager ID, and location ID. And when we are seeing describe HR departments, we can see that department ID, department name, manager ID, and location ID is also being copied. So basically, it's 2 of them have been copied successfully from HR department. So basically, it's copied. And now over to you, Kishan.
So next part is to create an index as department IDX from department ID attributes in department ID attribute in the table TBL department lab exercise 2. As you all can see, the create, to create, as it's the general word, and for create an index. So now we are creating an index, and the index name is dep underscore IDX on we are creating this index in TBL department lab exercise 2 under department ID. So as you all can see, it has been created. And over to you, Devin.
Okay, right now display and view information about current index and views in the Oracle database. So this one also we have done it, and it must show the newly created index department underscore IDX. So as Kishan have created, we are now going to see, is it created, is it gonna reflect in our system? So to do that, we are going to use select data query language basically. So select object underscore name comma object underscore type from user underscore objects. As you can see, there were 50 rows selected, and it shows such as tables, index, and so on. But at the end of the screenshot, you have clearly showed that department underscore IDX index is reflecting in there, and it's one of the screenshot. So now over to you, Kishan.
So the final part of, we have come to the final part, that is to create a new table TBL job lab exercise 2 from an existing table HR jobs by copying the existing table columns or attributes. Create another index as job IDX from job ID attribute in the table TBL job lab exercise 2. As you all can see, we are doing the same kind of thing. We are copying from whatever that is HR and creating a new one. As you all can see, the create is the general word, and we are back in create table TBS lab exercise 2. Okay, we are creating table as such a name, and as select from HR job. Select all from HR job. So whatever that is HR job will move to the table TBL job lab exercise 2, and the table is created. And the next part is to create an index job underscore IDX on TBL. So we are going to create under TBL job lab exercise 2. We are going to create this index, and under the job ID. So where this job IDX need to be sorted is into the job ID, and the index are also created. So once this is all created, now we have come to the sad part of it, that is to delete the newly created view, that is v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore lab. As you all can see just now, Darwin done it, and the indexes DeptIDX and job IDX that we have created just now. So the first command SQL, drop view v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore emp. What is drop? Drop is the keyword for delete for in under database. So drop view v underscore lab exercise 2 underscore emp, and the view is dropped, and we need to drop the index DeptIDX. So the same thing, drop index dept underscore IDX, and it's dropped. And the final one was to drop index job IDX. So dept and job, everything is dropped, and now it is cleared. So to sort and any big kind of files, this is very easy because we can create index, tables, and many more using SQL database. And that's all from us. You all have seen all the commands. That's all from us. Thank you. Myself is Kishan Rao and Darwin Radrat signing off.